Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.
Welcome, everybody, to Home Solutions. Happy Saturday to everybody out there. Dennis Purvis here in the Mix 1041 studios. Hope you're doing well and having a blast. Listen, it's been a crazy couple weeks. The fall is here. You see all the pumpkins, the hay bales, everything else around town. Everybody's getting excited. It means that Christmas is right around the corner. So listen, you're out there, be nice, be careful when you're out there with folks. Remember, it's starting to everybody's getting excited and getting into the spirit. And whether you're listening to today, maybe you're driving around town, maybe this morning you're out scratching some things off your honey-do list. Maybe you're doing some projects around the house, headed around town, maybe to the hardware store or the big box stores to get the products you need. Remember, if it's something that's outside your scope or maybe a little above your pay grade, remember your good friends at Pro93 Home Solutions can help you out with any home repair, ranging from your small repairs to kitchen and bathroom models, all the way up to new construction. We are your locally owned, veteran-owned general contractor here in Cleveland. We'd love to help you. You can reach out at 458-4135 or reach us online at pro93homesolutions.com. Remember also, we've got our clean team. Wendy and her crew are ready to come out and maybe do a one-time deep clean, a construction clean. Maybe you're moving in, moving out. Maybe you want some recurring service. We are a green clean team, meaning we don't use any harmful chlorines, any ammonias in any of our cleaning products, and we would love to come out and give you a quote. One more time, that's 458-4135. Give us a call. Miss Cherie will get you on the calendar for a free estimate. Remember, as always, obviously, we are licensed and insured. We are here to serve you. Check us out online, pro93homesolutions.com. All right, now that we've got the shameless plug for the show out of the way, I have got a treat for you today. Something we haven't talked about in a little over a year and a half here of being a show. Haven't had them, been trying to get them on. I'm so excited because it's probably the part of the house, excuse me, you don't think about a whole lot right until it doesn't work the way you want it to. He's nodding his head yes. I got Chris Evans from Evans Garage Door, and you can guess by the name of what they tackle. Chris, how you doing today, brother?
Wonderful, Dennis. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, I will say personally, we have used Evans pretty much for every garage door we've run into, especially on either new garage builds or on insurance repairs. I can tell you that service-wise, price-wise, they cannot be beat around here, especially there's folks in Chattanooga charging way more. And I can tell you the folks that are walking around that maybe just got a sticker or a magnet on the side of their truck that say they do garage doors, trust me, you want to have somebody that's got some backing, has got distributors that they can pull from. They've never let us down. They've always met and exceeded the deadlines that they gave us and expectations, and the service. We've got customers that have just been thrilled with what they've done. And Chris, first of all, I just want to say thank you for that. It's nice knowing you've got someone to turn to and not have to worry about getting the job done. And so thank you for that. So if you're out there, if you're looking for your personal testimonial of the day, there you go. So Chris, let's talk a little bit. So Evans Garage Door, obviously, yeah, in the naming of the company, it was very evident what you guys were going to tackle.
Right.
How did you get here? How did we get to Evans Garage Door?
Well, in 1995, my mom and dad were sitting having dinner one night. They had just gotten into farming, which gave Dad a little extra time. Poultry farming apparently was not a full-time job. So my mom said, hey, what about garage doors? There's only one company in town. There's only, apparently not a whole lot of competition in the garage door business. And so that's how it got started. My dad started part-time. He was a carpenter by trade, so he had been around garage doors quite a bit. And he called around, found a supplier, and started installing a few doors.
That's crazy. First of all, so I want to go back to poultry farming. Are we talking chicken houses?
Chicken houses.
Oh, listen, I sold solar for a long time for a company, a friend of mine, and that was one of our biggest clients were people that own chicken houses because they got a lot of big flat roofs that have to be exposed to the sun.
Right.
Can't be any trees around a chicken house.
No, they're out in the middle of the field.
They're out in the middle of the field. There's no, and it's just a way, but they use a ton of electricity.
They do.
And I did not realize how few people, especially these days where all this stuff's automated, work in a chicken house. You see all these chickens and think, oh, there must be 15.
It's big business in the Southeast Tennessee and North Georgia. It's big business.
Drive between here and Chatsworth and count them up, right? Just down 411. So from that, your dad takes some extra time. So, and that's the thing. First of all, kudos to your mom for recognizing laws of economics right there.
I guess I owe her.
Yeah, listen.
For our company.
Recognizing some market opportunity, right? Exactly. If there's only one company do it and everybody's got a garage,
right.
Surely they've got some business that they could, there's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everybody.
So how did you get involved? I mean, obviously you guys are Cleveland folks here, right? Raised in this area? Bradley County. Mm-hmm. How did you, was it just a natural progression for you? Is this something you just knew you were going to do?
Well, no, actually I was in manufacturing management.
Yeah.
From the time I got out of high school, the first 12, 14 years of my working career.
Yeah.
And as Dad's business grew, he started talking to me. He knew I was a little disgruntled in the job I was in. And when it got to the point that he really needed some full-time help, he asked me if I was interested in coming in and working with him.
Wow. And obviously you've had the experience in management,
right?
Running a cruise, running a facility, understanding that part of it. So since 95, so I'm trying to do the math in my head. That's not good. 26 years. 26 years in business. And I noticed you guys tell everybody where you're located at.
Okay. We're located at 2520 20th Street Northeast, just down the street from Cleveland Plywood, actually.
Right over we're neighbors. We're right over there on Davy Crockett. And I noticed because I drive by there every day coming to work, you guys had the little house that's been converted there in the front. Mm-hmm. But I kind of see a big open area, metal building in the back. You guys have expanded recently, right?
Well, actually, the Lord has blessed us with the ability to build our own shop. We rented warehouse space up until about 2 years ago when it was possible for us to go ahead and build our own 5,000 square foot warehouse.
Yeah, that's not a small little building.
It's very nice.
I bet
I'm very proud of it.
Listen, it looks great too. And just thinking about, because I always wondered where you guys kept your stuff. I'm like, I know there ain't any garage doors in that house.
No, we actually had some warehouse space rented. Yeah, on the other side of the railroad track.
Well, that's not so. It worked out well to be able to do that. So obviously, business is being good. And I ask everybody this because we tell our story all the time of when COVID hit. We were. First month or two, we were kind of scared. We didn't know what it was going to mean. How's it impacted what you guys have seen?
We have more business and more sales. Our business has grown probably about 60% this year compared to 2020.
And that's exact. I learned real quick that all those fears I had, if you're a believer, God says, that not to have a spirit of fear, but a sound mind. And it took me real quick to realize he was right. And again, I'll echo what you said earlier about favor. And I think a large part of it is people were stuck in their homes. Right. They're stuck in their homes. They still had money saved up to go to Disney, but couldn't go to Disney. And they're like, well, if I'm going to look at this house, let's fix it up.
Right.
If we're going to spend all this time in it, I'm tired of looking at those kitchens. I'm tired of looking at that garage door. I'm tired of hearing that garage door. Right.
Right.
So that's it's been a blessing for us in ways we did not count on, to be honest with you. How are you guys handling, I guess the other part, anytime anybody's in trades right now is, I think I've met Jason, one of your guys' techs, and obviously the girls in the office, Tracy and them do a great job communicating with me and Cherie in our office. Have you find it hard to find good people, or have you been lucky to keep the folks you've had through this?
Well, once again, I'm going to use the word blessed.
I'll take it.
Again, we've had basically the same crew for about 3.5 or 4 years now. I try to take care of my men to where they don't want to go work someplace else.
That's right.
We're just kind of like a close-knit family there. So,
well, and it sounds like you're a lot like us. If we're making money, so are our people.
Exactly.
We're gonna pass that right down the line, because there's people I can't afford to lose, and I know you know that. I'm too old and fat to be climbing ladders and getting on roofs right now. And by the way, I'm scared to death of heights, so that ain't gonna happen.
Can you believe I'm a garage door man and I'm afraid of heights too?
Oh, well, yeah, and that's why you got good techs, right?
Exactly.
You got a great crew right now to do out there.
Exactly.
So let's just start at the top here when we talk about garage doors. What's the number one call you guys get from a customer out there?
On the service end, the number one call is, hey, I think I have a broken spring on my door. And the question is, why did my spring break?
So, and what is your answer to that?
My
typically?
answer is repetitious contraction and retraction.
Yeah. In other words, what the garage door is meant to do.
Exactly.
But it's not meant to last forever.
No.
And that's a question I've had. I know I've got some of my older guys that work for us, they won't mess with the garage door at all because they're scared to death of those, the torsion springs, I think is what they call them.
Exactly. Right.
And they're like, especially, it seems to be the older the garage door, the less they want to work on it. Has there been radical improvements in spring technology over the last 20 years?
Well, actually, no.
It's still the same thing?
Still the same torsion spring
It just looks older, so it looks scarier.
It's, I guess old and decrepit, rusty looking.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't want to get dirty.
That's, you know what? We're going to have to talk about that Monday morning. You might be onto something. Hey, scared of nothing.
The garage door guy is the dirtiest guy on the job.
Yeah, listen, folks, have you ever touched your garage door tracks, or one's come off, or you've tried to fix something, or even just get into your opener where no one's dusting? I had to hit the reset button because I lost a clicker, so I got a universal one. Right, had to go up there and hit the search or whatever it is button. Whew. That was a scary ordeal. I ain't gonna lie. Me and bugs don't go together real well. And I think I reached through about 16 generations of spider webs to get to that button. And it was just horrible. But luckily, I don't have to do that anymore because I know Chris at Evans Garage Door. And listen, we're about to take our first break, but tell people how they can get a hold of you guys.
Okay, you can reach us at 423-476-8217. Or go to our website at evansgaragedoorco.com.
Yes, and listen, their website's a great-looking website, lots of information. And here's for you folks out there that are looking, they have a lot of different pictures on there of different styles. So if you're looking for those things, and I think one thing I learned talking to Tracy a few months ago is just because they don't see it on the website, but they've seen it somewhere else, get the picture to you guys, because you guys can pretty much track down anything, right?
We can get basically anything
from whether you're just talking about a roll down steel door all the way to the new carriage house look kind of everybody's looking at, right?
Right now we're selling a lot of custom wood doors that we get out of Atlanta from a custom wood door builder down there.
Wow. Well, listen, when we come back, we're going to get into all those things. You've heard him talk about service. You've heard him talk about installation. We've just heard about custom doors. We come back here in a minute. We're going to talk about the different kind of lines, the different things that they carry, some of the distributors and brands that they distribute and that they sell. We're going to talk all things garage door, and he's promised me a few tips for you homeowners out there on how to maintain your garage. So stick right there. Hang out with us. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.
Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.
Welcome back, everybody, to Home Solutions. Dennis Purvis here in studio with Chris Evans from Evans Garage Door. First, we forgot to wave to all you Facebook folks out there. How y'all doing? Thanks for being with us today. Whether you're listening in your car on Mix 104 or on the Buzz, maybe you're on the Mix 1041 app. And if you don't have that app, make sure you go to the Google Store or the App Store on Apple and get that downloaded. It is free, and there is so much great information. Not just can you stream from wherever you are, but lots of community news, events, Friday night football scores, everything on there that you would want. Make sure to check that out. Also, you might just be streaming online. So thank you for our Facebook folks that are watching. Thank you. Keep those ideas coming. If you've got somebody that you would like to see hanging out here with me in the studio where Chris is sitting for maybe a trade or a business we haven't had on, give us a call. Let us know. Maybe put us a comment there on Facebook. Reach out. We would love to hear from you, or just call our office. Call and talk to Sheree and say, hey, Dennis should have so-and-so on the show, 458-4135. So there's that. So let's get back to what we're here today to talk about, and that is garage doors. I got Chris Evans. Hopefully you guys were here with us to hear their story. Locally owned here and operated for 26 years. Now a second generation company. Right. And, you know, we talked about, first let's talk about, we'll get to the installations, but I think one of the things probably that folks don't realize is that, you know, having somebody that will not only do the installations and want the new business, but also do the service. Talk about kind of what kind of service calls do you guys do most, and what's your guys' typical availability on those things?
Okay. Our most common service call that we do is probably, the first would be, we have a broken spring on our garage door.
Yeah.
That's a very common issue. We do keep most every spring that would work on a residential garage door in stock, and on our service vans. So most of the time when we go out to replace a garage door spring, we have it with us and can do it when we're there.
So it's not something they're waiting around on ordering.
Most of the time, not.
Now, I know you guys, and we'll get to this in a little bit, you guys have brands that you like to install as far as openers. Is there a garage door opener that you guys don't work on?
Wayne Dalton products,
yeah.
They're pretty much dealer
specific.
Yeah.
It's kind of like owning a Tesla. If you own a Tesla, there's only one place you can get it worked on.
You don't take it over to Don Lefferts to get it worked on. Right.
But other than that, most other name brands.
We will change a spring on a Wayne Dalton door. If you have a Wayne Dalton door and your little spring assembly, they have brakes, we can convert it over to a standard torsion spring.
Well, there you go. Do you guys, what about, I know a lot of the new units are smart technology, you know, where it's climbed into either their Z-Wave of their home security system, right, or maybe they've got Alexa, right, or Siri opening and closing everything in their house. You guys work on all those sorts of things too, helping them set those things up when they install.
We can help you set up your home link on your car.
I forgot about that.
LiftMaster, which is our main line of garage door opener, is all Wi-Fi capable.
Yeah.
To open and close with your smartphone from anywhere in the world. We try not to get involved in that because you have to get on your phone, but it's a very simple process. Yeah. You just go to their website and it's like 3 easy steps to program your phone to your garage door opener.
And for those of you that have like maybe a smart home security system, I can tell you that, you know, it's not just the Wi-Fi. Most garage doors that we're seeing now and most security systems, they recognize pretty much all the name brands because they're all running on Z-Wave. I mean, you can buy blinds now that you can put up and open and close with your phone,
right,
or with your security panel in your house,
or a timer.
Yeah, it's nuts how much that stuff's kind of technology just exploded just it seems like in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
How the smart homes, I feel bad for like stuff like ADT because I feel like they're selling, if that's all smart home, they're still selling dumb home security. If I've got an ADT person out there, I'm sorry. It's just the old door sensors don't really cut it anymore, right?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But you got to adapt or die.
Adapt or get out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so let's talk about garage door openers before we get into doors themselves. For me, most of my life, I've been exposed to what everybody sees at most stores. You got LiftMaster, Chamberlain, Genie. What was the one Sears sold? Craftsman. Yes. So that's probably the big four out there right now still, isn't it?
If you take the cover off of a Craftsman, a LiftMaster, or a Chamberlain and look inside them, they all have the same components.
That's crazy. So Genie's the only one that's kind of odd man out?
Genie's the odd man out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to take those down all on the way and put up a good LiftMaster.
Well, and I just, in getting ready this week, actually, I found it wasn't this week. I learned this from talking to Tracy, is that we had a customer requesting a Chamberlain because he was a smart home guy.
Right.
And I'm like, well, Tracy's like, well, tell him we do LiftMaster, which I don't think people realize LiftMaster and Chamberlain are kind of the same company now, right?
Chamberlain is the mother company for LiftMaster and Sears Craftsman. All the parts are basically interchangeable.
Yeah.
LiftMaster is the professional line. You'll have a solid one-piece rail with a LiftMaster. If you buy a Chamberlain at Home Depot or Lowe's, you're going to have a click-together jointed rail.
Yeah.
That's basically the only difference.
That's it.
In those. Yeah.
So the actual openers themselves, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah. Your remote transmitter is interchangeable on those things. As long as it has the same color program button on the back of the unit, they're interchangeable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So really, and I tried to explain that to my customers, that because what he was going to go buy himself and provide was more expensive than the one that you had quoted.
We're very competitive with Lowe's and their install cost on the Chamberlain.
And that's why he ended up going with us. And he said, well, what if I just buy it and your guys install it? I'm like, I'll call and find out. And Tracy's like, yeah, I mean, it's not like it's any different for us. Right. It's kind of the same thing.
Right.
He's spending more money to do it. Hey, you give the customer what they want sometimes.
Exactly.
Right? I know a lot of what we do is education sometimes, but so I know we talked about that. LiftMaster products. Why LiftMaster? Why? What in your experience? What is it? Just a relationship you've had for a while, or what have you seen from kind of a productivity standpoint that makes your company want to be associated?
Well, with LiftMaster, we have ventured off and tried to provide something more economical than the LiftMaster, but we've just never gotten the service, the longevity, lifetime of the unit.
What are the typical warranties on those LiftMasters?
According to which unit you go with, it's anywhere from 3-year parts and labor warranty, and on like the drive motors themselves, on all the LiftMaster units, they give a lifetime warranty.
That's crazy.
To the original owner of the unit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, guys. It's something that when it comes to garage doors, I feel like the same way about them as I do mattresses and roofs, right? You're about every 10 years or so, you may need one. Right. And it's crazy to spend the money, but if this is something I'm going to sleep on, depend on, or hope keeps my house dried in for the next 10 to 15 years, I don't mind spending money for quality. I want something I know that's going to save, if it'll save me another couple of years of having that expense.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Right. Well, this is what I tell people. A garage door is basically a moving wall.
Yeah.
And you want a unit there when you need that wall to move so you can get your car out. You want something dependable that's going to work.
Absolutely.
You.
Absolutely. And all I think about with my garage door is my wife coming home from the store with a car full of groceries. Right.
Right.
I want her in that garage.
Especially if it's raining.
Yes. That is exactly it. I want her to be able to get inside, get under cover. The winters aren't horrible here, but still it's cold. Let's get inside and get it done. All right. So we've talked about Anything we need to talk about on openers that we haven't talked about? We've talked about kind of their smart home capabilities, their Wi-Fi capabilities. Talked about LiftMaster and the different warranties. Anything we need, the customers need to know, or whoever's listening out there talking about openers themselves.
I think we pretty well covered it. I mean, LiftMaster has a product line from, your more affordable units on up to
It's kind of a good, better, best kind of thing, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the warranties go along with that.
They do. Right.
So let's talk about doors themselves. You guys probably grew up the way I did. If you had a garage door, it was white and it had 3 or 4 windows in it, depending on about 3 or 4 rows up, depending on how big the garage door was.
And you got out in the rain and opened it.
And that was it. That was just how garage doors worked.
Right.
Right. What kind of I know everybody listening has seen a garage door. Trend wise, I know you talked earlier about you guys have the opportunity now to offer custom doors.
Right.
Custom wood doors. But what is the trend that you're seeing? What style? What are you seeing right now that you guys are installing the most of?
The most popular door now is a stamped carriage look.
Yes.
Which is fairly affordable. It's a little more expensive than the old standard raised panel door.
Yeah.
The reason it's more expensive is it don't have as deep of embossment lines on it. So they use a heavier metal to produce these for strength.
And I'll tell you right,
strength.
and if you deal with metal right now, metal costs money.
Metal is through the roof, folks. I hate to tell you, but lumber has come down a little.
Metal's just hanging back out there where it was.
Garage doors have not come down at all.
They're back. They're just hanging. It's like, well, we got it up this high. We sure ain't going down. And I tell you what, I thought lumber was going to do the same thing, and then all of a sudden, it was crazy. OSB was costing $80 a sheet, and next week it was down to 60 again.
It came down as quick as it went up.
Really. And we got a couple minutes left here. So you guys not only I want a couple things we may make sure we get in here. You guys don't only do commercial or residential, but you do commercial as well, though, right?
We do commercial roll-ups, and we do commercial and industrial dock equipment, dock levelers.
Perfect.
Dock seals that the trucks back up to at the dock.
So you guys handle all that.
We do.
So folks, if you're out there, you've got a business, maybe you've got a dock that needs some loading dock that needs some attention. Maybe you're wanting to put one in. Give us a call, Pro 93. We'd be happy to build one for you, and we'll let Evans come out and outfit it for you, make it nice and safe and pretty, and give you a nice roll-up door to get in and out of the rain. So lastly here, let's talk about, I teased this earlier. So this is, it's a home and garden show. I know a lot of you guys and gals that are listening out there are DIYers. If you don't have to spend the money, you don't want to, and that's what this show's about. So, Chris, what are some tips for folks that they can do to maintain and lengthen the life of their existing garage door?
Basically, the only maintenance to do on a garage door is some lubrication. And I recommend once every 6 months, spraying some sort of garage door lube on your springs to keep them from being noisy. Spray some sort. We use a silicone lubricant, which is very clean. It doesn't stain. It dries pretty quickly. It don't run all over the door.
And being silicone, it's not letting water get around it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A homeowner, I don't have anything against WD-40. If I don't have anything else, that's what I'll use. But that is a water-based product, which will eventually cause some corrosion. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, go to their garage door department, and you'll find a couple of different garage door lubes that you can use to spray a squeaky hinge or roller, or to lubricate your
just kind of quiet her down a little bit.
Exactly.
What about folks with older openers? Is it if it's starting to slow down, catch, or just shut down altogether? Those motors can burn up just like everything else, right?
Yeah, there's really not a lot of maintenance to do on an opener. Either it's working or it's not.
Yeah.
We go out on some of the older units that don't have the safety photo sensors installed with them, and they're not compatible with them. For child and pet safety, I'd recommend changing those units out.
And folks, you got somebody now that can do that for you if that's not something you feel comfortable doing. Chris, right before we get out of here, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you guys one more time.
You can reach us at 423-476-8217. You can go to our Facebook page and check us out, or you can go to the website, evansgaragedoorco.com.
Folks, you've heard it here today. All the information you needed to know about Garage Door. If there's anything else we didn't cover, give Chris and his team a call. They would love to talk to you and help you out. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dennis.
Folks, we've had Chris Evans with Evans Garage Door. And until next week, remember, everybody, take care of your family, love your neighbor. We're all in this thing together. Let's get through it, all right? See you guys next week. Love to everybody. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.